I can't believe the range on this though. It's actually crazy. There we go. All right. People keep asking me about the bunny build, so I'm gonna go over the bunny build. This is like a balanced bunny build, so it's good for survivability, it's good for damage, and it's for people that don't really vibe with bionic fuel. I wasn't really vibing with bionic fuel. I didn't like being one shot. I didn't like running into explosion barrels, getting hit by range carriers. Just personal preference. Bionic fuel is very good and, you know, probably the best for a lot of things, but I wanted something different. So this is a high voltage bunny build with max range of 27 meters, because this increased the radius to 9. 300% would be 27 meters. And this is what the modules look like. High voltage is the key here. It'll send out like beams of electric to enemies around you at a crazy range. And what we're doing to increase the range to max is frugal mindset, maximize range, and skill expansion. We're also giving ourselves some crit damage here. So the damage mods are emergency measures, skill insight. And I did the math on all of the different electric, singular, and skill power mods. And I found the best combination to be electric specialist, singular specialist, and spear and shield for the skill power. This was doing about, like, I think it was 4 to 5% more than other combinations that I tested. And then MP collector, which is basically what's called budget bionic fuel. And then because we wanted to make this a balanced build, we have increased HP there. And then spear and shield also gives us some defense. So once again, this makes our 3 ability, Bunny's Juice, a 27 meter radius. It's actually insane. The cooldown is less than the duration here, which is the key, so we can keep 100% uptime on that. And this gives us almost 30,000 defense and almost 10,000 HP, which is a pretty solid build. Thunder Cage is what I'm running here. I do not have a Thunder Cage build yet, but it would be built very, very similar to this. This is for bossing. I could swap that out for something else. I'm working on leveling up the Thunder Cage at this moment. As far as the Reactor, you want the Thunder Cage mounting, and ideally you would want something here with like crit hit and crit damage, but skill cooldown and crit damage is the best thing that I have right now. I haven't really farmed for these two heavily. As long as your duration is greater than your cooldown, that's all that really matters here. And then when it comes to components, I do love the annihilation duration here, and then I'm also running defense and HP there, and HP and shield there. And then on these two you have HP and defense and MP recovery in combat. This also has shield recovery in combat. You could also run all of the resistances as well on the build, but that's pretty much it. This is, like I said, a good all-around bunny build. It will be really good for farming, and it's actually decent for bossing as well. It can do some pretty high damage, and you can adjust some of the modules. You can drop some of these survivability modules to add more damage as well. Things like front lines, etc., to give yourself more crit damage and crit rate. And if you want to see the stats, this is what we're looking like. We have our skill critical hit rate is almost 30%, so it's not too bad. And I think with this build, the crits are doing like, what, 700 some thousand? So it's not as good as a high damage bunny build, but it does get the job done.